Introduction. There are many crops cultivated in Kenya. These crops are grown for various uses, such as the following. Staple food. Examples of staple food crops are maize, beans, and rice. Examples of crops for food security are cassava, millet, sorghum, and sweet potatoes. Export to earn foreign exchange. Examples of crops for export are tea, coffee, and pyrethrum. Maize stalk and other byproducts of maize are used to feed livestock. Maize production. Introduction. Various uses of maize. Maize is a staple food in most Kenyan families because it is used in different forms. Examples are githeri, roasted maize, and ugali. Ecological requirements. Maize crop requires a rainfall of between 750 to 1,250 millimeters. It requires an altitude of 2,000 meters above sea level. Type of soil, freely draining fertile. Yield per hectare, 3,000 to 4,500 kilograms per hectare. Millet requires between 5,000 to 900 millimeters of rainfall. It also requires an altitude of between 0 to 2,400. Type of soil, light sandy soil. Yield per hectare, 125 kilograms per hectare. Sorghum requires a rainfall of between 420 to 630 millimeters. Altitude, 0 to 1,500 meters above sea level. Seedbed preparation. Plow. Fertilizer application. Apply 100 to 150 kilograms of DSP fertilizer per hectare during planting. Apply weed control. The following methods of weed control may be used: manual or mechanical. Fertilizer application. Apply 100 to 150 kilograms of DSP fertilizer per hectare during planting. Apply 200 kilograms of ASN or CAN per hectare for top dressing when the crop is knee-high or 45 centimeters high. Weed control. The following methods of weed control may be used: pest control. Maize stalk borer makes windows on leaves, cobs and holes in the stem, controlled by use of appropriate insecticides and proper field hygiene. Maize diseases. Maize smut fungal disease. The fungi destroys grains and tassels of maize. It causes black powder deposit. Harvesting. Maize is harvested through the following methods: cutting the maize stalks and stacking them in the field to allow cobs to dry. The cobs are then removed by hand and placed in the store. Dehusking directly in the field without first stocking them. Harvesting can also be done using combine harvesters. Storage. Maize can be stored in form of dried maize cobs or bagged maize grains. It should be well preserved in a dry granary to prevent attack by toxic fungi such as aflatoxin. Marketing. Farmers sell their maize through the following outlet channels: National Cereals and Produce Board, local trading markets in form of green or grain maize. Finger millet production. Various uses of finger millet. It is an important cereal used for preparing porridge and ugali. Varieties. Various varieties of finger millet are Ultra Lupine and 518 Ot, which are resistant to lodging and blast. Selection and preparation of planting materials. Harvested heads are sun-dried, threshed, and grains winnowed, then stored for use as seeds. Seed companies in Kenya produce certified finger millet seeds. Seedbed preparation. Plowing. Plowing of land should be done during the dry season to kill the weeds. After plowing, harrowing should be carried out to produce fine tilth. Fertilizer application. Apply 125 kilograms of ammonium sulfate per hectare for top dressing. Weed control. Manual uprooting of weeds is done. Pest control. Birds are the major pests. They eat up the grains on the head of the finger millet while still in the field. Finger millet diseases. Head blast. Fungal disease. The fungi causes brown spots with grey centers on the leaf stems are affected below the inflorescence. It is controlled by planting resistant variety. Harvesting. Hand knives are used for cutting of individual mature heads of the finger millet. Sorghum production. Introduction. Various uses of sorghum. Sorghum is important cereal crop in Kenya. The sorghum grain is ground into flour and used for making ugali, porridge, and brew. Varieties of sorghum. There are two major varieties of sorghum, namely Dobbs and Serena. Dobbs is mainly grown around the shores of Lake Victoria and has brown seeds. The variety mature in 4 months. Serena is a cross between Dobbs and varieties from Swaziland and has brown seeds. Seedbed preparation. Plowing of land should be done during the dry season to kill the weeds. Fertilizer application. Sorghum respond well to farmyard manure on moist soils. Weed control. Weed control is done manually using a djembe. It is done early before tillering of the crop. Pest control. Sorghum stem borer feed on the funnel before it is moved to feed on other soft tissues of the sorghum. It also makes tunnel in the stem. Sorghum diseases. Sorghum smut. Fungal disease. The fungi destroy grains and inflorescence of sorghum plant, causes black powder deposit on the grain and the inflorescence controlled by treating seeds with organomercurial fungicide as a seed dress. Harvesting. Sorghum is ready for harvesting 3 to 4 months after planting. Hand knives are used for cutting of individual mature heads of the sorghum. Storage. Sorghum can be stored in form of dried sorghum cobs or bagged sorghum grains. It should be well preserved in a dry granary to prevent attack by toxic fungi such as aflatoxin. Beans production. Introduction. Beans are a major source of proteins. Some varieties are cooked as dry beans, while others are consumed green. Varieties. Varieties for dry beans are Rose Cocoa, Mwezi Moja. Seedbed preparation. Plowing of land should be done during the dry season to kill the weeds. Depending on the condition of the land after plowing, harrowing can be carried out to produce a medium tilth. Fertilizer application. Apply 200 kilograms of DAP fertilizer per hectare during planting. Weed control. The following methods of weed control may be used. Manual shallow weeding using a djembe. Bean diseases. Bean anthracnose, fungal disease. The fungi causes brown or black lesions on the underside of the leaves, pod and stems. It is controlled by planting resistant varieties. Harvesting. Beans are harvested when the pods are dry by uprooting them. They are threshed and the grains are winnowed and sorted. Marketing. Farmers sell their beans through the following outlet channels: National Cereals and Produce Board, Local Trading Market. Rice production. Introduction. Rice is a staple food in most Kenyan families because it is used in different forms. Land preparation. Plots of 0.4 hectare are made with barns constructed around them and are flooded with water for 4 days. Fertilizer application. Apply 125 kilograms of sulfate of ammonia just before transplanting and again 40 days after transplanting. Weed control. Flooding control, most of the weeds and the few that survive can be uprooted manually. Water control. For direct sowing, water should be completely drained off the plot, but for transplanted rice, water level should be 5 centimeters deep.